Hey everyone, it's Ephraim, Past Point One Comics. How's it going out there, comic book familia? I'm with my main man. You know him as Peter Triple G Comics. Peter, how's it going?
Not bad at all, mate. Not bad at all. Nice to see you again.
Always good to see you. Whenever we can do these videos, I look forward to them so much.
Yeah, me
you
too.
know. So why don't you tell everybody why we're here today?
So, Efren, myself and you were contacted by a comic book writer and creator. So that was a first for me. So they'd seen some of our previous videos and some of our work together, and they reached out and asked if we would be interested in reviewing their comic book, a comic called Buttercup. So as you can imagine, we both jumped at the chance, didn't we? So
Yeah.
they sent we a digital copy of the comic. We've had a read of it. And now we're going to review it and let them know what I think. So I don't know what you were like, Ephraim, but I was chatting with some of my YouTube colleagues about this, and they were saying it's great, but it's slightly nerve wracking because what if you don't like it? What are you going to say if you don't like it? So I'm going to kind of preempt you a little bit here and say I'm really relieved because I absolutely loved this. I thought it was a great story, so I'm looking forward to talking about it.
I feel the same way. When they reached out to me, I didn't know that they reached out to you at the same
Yeah,
time, basically. And I was going to go, maybe I should ask Peter to do it with me, you know? And then you reached out to me saying, hey, did you get a message from Kirin Comics? And I said, yes, I did. And I feel the same way. I going after the excitement. I'm going, wow. At least we know one person is looking at our videos. I was like, what if we don't like it? Or what if I don't like it? What do we do then? But like you, I mean, the title threw me off. I won't lie to you. When it said Buttercup, I went, oh, what is this about? But I really enjoyed it.
yeah,
So that's a good thing. So you ready to get going?
yeah.
Let's
Get
go.
stuck in.
All right. So here we go. Let me make sure I get the right background here. Okay. So this book, Kirin Comics, sorry about that, is called Buttercup. And here on the right hand side of are the people who created the books. Chelsea Watts was a concept artist. Jacob Stokes was the editor. McKay Wadsworth is the author. And Kristen Tingy was the illustrated. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book.
So when this PDF first came through, Efren, obviously that's the first image we saw.
Yes.
Um, and I looked at that and I went, that's like Robocop, but it looks like a cat. So it had us intrigued straight away. So I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. But like you, Buttercup, I was at first thinking, well, what's this going to be all about? So yeah, the cover grabbed me straight away. I loved it.
Yep, I agree. And I have a series overview here. Basically, it says the earth has been destroyed, humanity is no more. Relics of the destroyed world are all that's left in the wake of humanity's extinction. So, yeah, like I said, the title threw me off, but I thought, then I started reading it and I went, wow, they picked the perfect animal for this series. If you think about it, a cat has agility and
Yeah.
finesse, and it's portrayed really well in this story. So let's go on to the next page. And here's the very first pages of the storyline. It takes place obviously not on Earth, it's in outer space. Because in the book, like I said, humanity's extinction, humanity is no more. So I take it that the world, Earth has been destroyed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
somehow animals survived this, but to me, it seems like they were mutated.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I guess for anybody that's going to go and pick this up, we don't want to do too many spoilers, I guess. But one of the things for me that this book did was really plant that seed and intrigue. So, like you say, the cats have evolved, and I took this because there's no year on it. I don't that I could see. I took this as being in the distant future because we've got space stations and all kinds of stuff. But
Yes.
there's a scene later on that links the main character to a very kind of now setting, sat on
Oh,
a settee, and I kind of thought, well, what's happened here? Then how's the cat jumped from that point to this point? So
yeah.
it really did intrigue us. So I'm interested to read more.
First of all, we forgot to mention these are indie books, which we keep on saying when we do our videos how much we enjoy indie books more and more,
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Because I think they can take more risks. You know, they can be a bit more daring and a bit more And this story is a little bit off the wall. Do you know what I mean? It's not your typical kind of story. So I like that. It's just different, which I really enjoy.
They can basically go wherever they want to.
Yeah.
There's no history behind these characters, decades of history, and they can take these new characters anywhere they want to, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's another page, and on the left hand side you see a close up of the cat,
Yeah,
and you can see the sorrow in his eyes, the sadness.
absolutely.
You know, you can tell that he's missing his previous owner. And on the right hand side, I like the way they started to incorporate little bits and pieces of color into the comic.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth saying, Efren, that the artwork in this is absolutely beautiful at points. It's really, really crisp, and those hood displays of the cat's face, particularly,
Yes.
there's a few there. I think that's an image there where it's, you know, tears in its eyes and things like that, are
Yeah.
phenomenal. We've not showed an image of it because we don't want to show too much in terms of spoilers and things, but I think it's a second or third page where you first go into the space station, and there's an image what can only be described as pole dancers, but one of them's a prawn, or it looks to me like a prawn. That had me straight away. I thought, yeah, this is for me. This is the kind of stuff I like. The designs of the aliens and the creatures, every one of them looks different. And
Yes.
I just think that the creativity in terms of that is fantastic. It reminded me very much of the first time I saw the Star Wars canteen scene.
Yes.
You know, when they've got all the different kinds of creatures and aliens, that kind of scene. I just loved it. Thought it was great.
I like that he's after a relic artifact, and then on the right hand side, it's a video game controller.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
tremendous. I
Yes,
wasn't expecting that. Were you
me
expecting
either.
that?
No, not at all. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, but then, you know, that image there that you've shown, it's so beautiful because the link, they've talked about getting this artifact, and like I say, at this point we know it's set in the future, and I kind of assumed it was going to be something, you know, massively important to Earth and Earth's culture. And then you see that it's a video game controller linked to the fact that the cat can remember its owner sat playing on the video game.
Mhm.
So it's that emotional connection.
Yes.
And I just loved it. I wasn't expecting that. I just loved it.
Now I wonder if this video game controller might do something. You know, why do they want this relic? You know, that's my question. So it may have something to do with their survival. I mean,
Yeah,
who knows, right?
yeah, maybe. And even if it doesn't, even if it's just purely a link to the cat's memory of its owner, I'm happy with that.
Have you ever had a cat?
I'm a dog man. No, I haven't got a cat, but I've got 2 dogs, and yeah, that connection between owner and animal, I think, is phenomenal.
Yes, I have 2 dogs too, but I've had cats in the past. So yeah, they are 2 different types of animals for sure.
And I believe, Efren, just from when I was reading the biographies at the back, am I right in saying that Buttercup is the writer's cat?
Yes, I believe so. Yes. Yeah. So like I said, it's a perfect name for a cat. I've been Buttercup. I was like, what is this about? Oh, and oh my God. But then I started reading it and it just really captivated me after I started reading more into it, the finesse of a cat, like I said, the athletic ability of a cat. And then, like I said, they picked the perfect animal for this series. So here's some more pictures of the book. And on the right-hand side, especially, they show the cat actually starting to fight.
Yeah.
And he's going up against a lot of these creatures, but it's like a ninja cat, you know, it's just his capabilities of fighting are just, you know, heads and, you know, above everybody else in this book.
Yeah. I think for me, the obviously the book kind of starts to pick up pace in terms of the action on these panels. And then the next few pages where you're seeing the cat, you're seeing Buttercup in motion. And there's a beautiful picture where he's kind of ricocheting off a wall and then jumping and flipping, and there's an image of him that's stunning. I also really like, because this is a predominantly black and white book, I really like the fact that the beams or the bullets from each of the different guns has got the different color, so it's a bit like Star Wars again, in that Buttercup's guns shoot a green beam, I believe, and the enemy guns are a different color, so it stands out really nice. It's just very cleverly done, I think.
Also on this page on the right hand side, when he's battling against these other aliens, I like when they put in the wording, it's in color.
Yeah,
it's a good contrast to the black and white.
Absolutely. Yeah, it stands out, doesn't it?
Exactly. And here's some more battle scenes.
Yeah. And that's what I was meaning on that panel at the bottom corner there. The different colours of the lasers make it stand out so you know what's what. And I like that bit where he uses its body as a shield.
Good point.
Oh, that's the panel I was talking about there, from where he's ricocheting off the wall and kind of flipping behind.
That's a good point. I didn't even noticed that. Yeah, it does have like when Star Wars, like different the lightsabers, the different colors of the lightsabers.
Yeah.
Just and on the left hand side is, I think this one you mentioned, he's bouncing like almost off the wall.
Yeah.
Third one from the top, and he's just like battling all these creatures, and he's just like doesn't take any prisoners.
Absolutely.
I think he wanted to fight. I'm assuming Buttercup was a boy. So.
Yeah.
But it looks like he just wants to battle because I think it relieves him from the pain of losing his owner.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And here's the next slide. More battle scenes, and just almost like this cat doesn't break a sweat doing all this. Like this, been there, done that. I know what I have to do.
Yeah.
So great scenes, and kudos to the artist again. She's doing a fantastic job with this artwork.
Yeah. Do we know, Efren? I'm not sure if I could tell. Is it digital art or is it hand drawn art? I'm not sure.
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah. Either way, it's really nice. It's very crisp. Great action scenes, great fluidity to it. Really nice.
Yeah, I would like to say that it's digital, but it looks so, regardless whether it's digital or hand, it just looks so nice.
Yeah.
I read it 2 or 3 times already just to make sure that I got everything out of this book. But, again, on the left-hand side, you see his eyes, the cat's eyes, it's almost like sadness. You could tell that he's just, it's just sadness, his memories of his owner.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful, really.
So basically, like I said, we read this book and we both enjoyed it. And, Kirin Comics, they came to us saying, hey, do you want to, read this book and, review it for us? And I was like, wow, kudos again for asking us to do this.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
This is the first time we've ever done this. So it's, been really nice.
Yeah. And I have to say, Efren, there is for anybody watching, there is a fear, isn't there, that if you're approached by someone and ask you to review something, that you do kind of over-egg it, or you because you feel flattered that you overemphasize your feelings for the book. That's absolutely not the case here for me. I really did truly enjoy this story, so much so that obviously, as you know, Efren, I contacted you earlier in the week and said, how do you get a physical copy? And I know you'll move on to that in a minute, but how do you get a physical copy, and where can I buy the next issue? Because this is a book I think I'd like to continue reading. I enjoyed it that much.
So when I talked to Kirin Comics, I asked them those same questions. There are 3 ways right now that you can get this book. One, you can go to, I'm going to put the links to all of them in the description after we're done. First one, you can go to Amazon. They connected with Comixology, and it's a PDF download that you can purchase. You can also, they have a Patreon group. Where you can pay there's different tiers where you can pay monthly fees. It goes from $1 on up, and then for each tier it says exactly what you get. Yeah. And also the last way you can get it also is you can go to your local LCS, and I'm going to put the link to, like I said, in the description, where you fill out you print out a form and just take it to your LCS where they can order for you. So
you can get it, because I'm old school, Efren. I like a physical copy of a comic. Yeah. So we can get a physical copy if you take it to the local comic shop and get them to order it in for you.
Yeah, that's what they said you can do. So I'm going to put, like I said, I'll put all those links in the description. And
brilliant.
One more page. Chapter 2 is going to be coming up.
Excellent.
So it's going to be coming out on December. I mean, it's coming out in 2023, issue 2, The Return. It's basically, here's another amazing panel of issue 2. It's creating the immersive city of Arculus Station. Yeah. So it's going to be continuing this series. So, which is good. Both, Peter and I, we really enjoyed this book.
Absolutely. And I will be picking up issue 2. I enjoyed it that much.
So, anybody, if there's any other indie company to look at this book,
yeah, feel free to send me all your comics. We'll read them for you.
We'll read them for you. We'll talk about them as much as you want. We have, since Peter and I first started, these videos, like I said, our main thing is just to have fun. And I hopefully, Kirin Comics, when they looked at our videos, they saw that we're having fun doing these videos. And again, thank you so much for just reaching out to us. I mean,
Absolutely.
it was like the highlight of my day when you reached
Yeah.
out to us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, just to echo what everyone's saying there, I can't thank you enough. I really do appreciate it. And like I say, really did enjoy it. So the links will be in everyone's video for anybody that wants to go and pick this up or to download the copy of it. Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Okay, everybody. Well, that's it for this video. Once again, we want to say thanks to Kirin Comics for giving us the opportunity to review their book, Buttercup. Once again, my name is Efren, Passpoint One Comics, and you are.
I'm Peter from Triple J Comics.
Everybody be safe and take care until next time.
Okay, bye now.
Bye.